Before we get started today, can we just give 3 cheers to Tagashi-sensei for starting to write chapters again for Hunter x Hunter? Yeah, that's right, I say the X in Hunter x Hunter. Sue me. Hello all of my otaku friends, my name is Profitaku, and welcome back to my channel. I guess we're just going to call this Manga May because the reprints of out-of-print manga were plentiful this month. I mean, my goodness, we got some series in this haul that I have just been dying to pick up. I can't wait to show you. Stay tuned. Alright, let's start with the biggest purchase I made this month. The original Dragon Ball box set 1 to 16. I picked this up off of Reddit Manga Swap, which for some reason is still viable in 2022. I got this for under $100 and I couldn't be happier with the condition. So look, I didn't grow up with manga or anime. I didn't even start getting into it until 2013. So I wasn't one of the OG fans that watched this on Cartoon Network or Toonami or G-Kids in the Saturday morning. So it is super cool to finally get my hands on this box set, to see what the hype is about, and to try to understand why everybody just loves this masterpiece. Akira Toriyama is a masterful mangaka and has some of the most distinct and interesting art styles out there. I loved his monster creations in Dragon Quest: The Adventures of Dai, so I can't wait to see what he came up with the OG Dragon Ball. Alright, let's move on to some amazing hardcovers here. We have volumes 3 and volume 5 of Emma. I got these off of Right Stuff. They are still in stock as of right now. So for those of you who don't know Emma, this is by Kaoru Mori, and she is the same mangaka who did A Bride Story. Phenomenal artwork, great historical fiction manga, Victorian era. Now, what's really awesome about this out of print series is that Yen Press has announced a reprint of it. As of last week, volumes 1 and volume 2 came back in stock at Barnes & Noble, with volume 4 projected to be reprinted this fall. Cross our fingers that's going to be true and they're going to fulfill that, but this is the time to pick up the series. Go grab your copies. Alright, next up is a series I'm continuing to piece together, and goddamn, I am so close to finishing it now. But I have volumes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and 12 of Cromartie High School. I pieced this manga together from thrift books, eBay, A-Books, Alibris, and believe it or not, none of them are library books. Look, if you're a ding-dong like me and you love stupid, dumb humor, think GTO, don't think that highbrow stuff like Gintama, then Cromartie High School is for you. 12 volumes out by ADV Manga, and then they stopped publishing it after 12. There are 17 in total. All of them are out of print. The beginning ones are pretty easy to find. The last half of the series is pretty difficult, but I'm continuing to piece this together. I'm very happy with what I've invested in the series so far, and hopefully I can pick up volumes 9 and 10 for a good price. Next up is an out of print series that got reprinted due to the efforts of Right Stuff Anime. Thank you guys so much for doing this. This is Aria the Masterpiece volumes 1 to 7 complete by Tokyopop. Now back in October, Right Stuff did a call. They needed 900 orders and Tokyopop would do one last printing of Aria the Masterpiece. We hit that goal. They reprinted it, and now some of the volumes are now out of stock on Right Stuff. So for those of you that have missed it, I hope that you can piece this thing together, because my goodness, is it truly a masterpiece indeed. It is a slice of life manga about a girl who goes to the planet of Aria to start a new career as a tour guide. Basically, she goes around in a boat and she explores the city and takes people around, shows them really cool spots. It is the most chill, relaxed manga you're gonna find, but some beautiful artwork and some beautiful additions. I'm just so glad to have this in my collection. Alright, let's rapid fire through some singles that I got. This is the complete omnibus version of Apollo's Song by Osamu Tezuka. Between Kodansha and several other publishers in the last couple of months, there's been a flood of Osamu Tezuka stuff coming out, which is really awesome. And this new rejuvenation of old classic manga, I can't wait to get my hands on more of his stuff. I have several of his series already, including Message to Adolf and Astro Boy Complete. I just can't wait to get into this. I've heard great things about it. Next up is one of the hottest rom-coms out right now, My Dress Up Darling Volume 5. I love this series, I love this series, I love this series. I love the characters, I love the premise, I love the cosplay, and I love the research that was done behind this. It's super, super fun, and I just need more. Next up are 2 volumes of one of the most underrated manga out there currently, and that is The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again, Volumes 3 and 4. For those of you who don't know what this manga is about, it is about a girl who looks like she has her life together on the outside. She has beautiful lunches, her clothes are all kept really nicely, but really she's an absolute slob, and it's about the cat who she takes in as a kitten, and this cat has turned around and become basically the housewife and takes care of her. It's really, really funny. I love every single episode. I mean, it seriously, this manga makes me laugh so much. I highly recommend you pick this up, even if you're not a cat person. And next up, after a long wait, several months, we have Made in Abyss Volume 10. I love this manga, I love this world, I love the characters, I love the lore behind it, and I love that every chapter I read, I yearn more and more and more, and I want more and more and more. Highly recommend you pick up Made in Abyss, you won't regret it. Next up is one volume that I needed to complete the set, and I bought it from Amazon, and it was shipped to me in literally a brown bag, and that is Happiness Volume 6. Now this manga volume had been out of stock for almost a year at this point. I'm so glad that it got restocked by every single retailer, and with Shuzo Ishimi, you know it's going to be a good time. You know, this is about a vampire, so this is definitely different than any Ishimi work that I've read so far, so I can't wait to see what the hype is all about. Next up is another slice of life that just tugs at my heartstrings in every single way, and that is Skip and Loafer Volume 4. What I love about this manga is that it's so wholesome. It's basically about a country bumpkin girl who goes to Tokyo and starts high school in the big city and her adventures in it. It's really fun, and I love the main character girl. You know, Volume 3 was pretty slow. They were, you know, wasn't as good as 1 and 2. I can't wait to see kind of how this picks up. And last but not least is another 7 Seas title, brand new series that just got released. This is Colorless Volume 1. So if you don't know what Colorless is about, it is basically a post-apocalyptic world where there is a big magnetic pulse and all of the color of the world was stripped away. However, there is some color remaining, and some people have fostered it to use it as a weapon, as energy. And it's basically about this guy and this girl kind of diving into this craziness of color and trying to figure out, you've got a bad organization, what are they trying to do with color? You've got these guys who are trying to do another thing with color. It's definitely a different perspective from manga that I've ever seen, but it's a welcome one. Alright, I've got 2 series here that I got off of Reddit, $5 a piece. You can't beat it, you just gotta grab it. First up is volumes 1 to 7 of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of spin-offs, but I've heard really good things about it. I'm starting to dive back into My Hero Academia, the manga series, so I wanted to pick up this side series because I did want to pick up one, and this is the one that I was gravitating towards. So, can't wait to try it out. Will I probably keep it? Nah, but you know what? It's good to have on the shelf for right now. So next up is a series done by the same duo who created Death Note, and that is Platinum End Volumes 1 to 10. Now look, I've heard some bad things about this manga, to be honest with you. The ending definitely left something to be desired. You know, there's some plot holes going on. It's just not the best, most cohesive story. But you know what? I'm going to give it a fair shot because I do like what that duo has created in the past. And I just want to see what they do on this spin of Death Games because I like Death Games. So there you go. Alright, next up is a light novel series that I continue to pick up even though I haven't started it yet. And I just gotta stop buying this because I need to just read it, and that is Classroom of the Elite novels 10 and 11. So yeah, I'm up to date on it, and you're probably like, why do you keep buying these? Number one, it was on sale. Number two, I really love the first season of the anime, even though it didn't necessarily follow the light novel to a T. So I think based on that premise, I'm gonna really enjoy it. So yeah, now I have these stockpiled. It's definitely the next light novel I want to read though, so I'm definitely going to give it a shot sooner rather than later. Next up is a music manga that honestly has been one of the biggest reads that I've had in the last year and a half, and that is the last volume, volumes 9 and 10 of Blue Giant. Now, I did a review of Blue Giant on my channel, the whole manga series, so I recommend you check that out if you want to hear my thoughts on it. I'm just glad to have this in my collection. I love these 7 Seas omnibuses, and I'm just glad that 7 Seas decided to print this for us. And last but not least is a welcome sight in any manga haul. This is volumes 1 and 4 of Yotsuba. Now, for those of you who have seen me way in the past know I had volumes 1 and 4 already, but I had the ADV manga version. So what I did, I sent that off to my brother. Those are his first manga of all time. He actually has a daughter who is 2 years old now, and so it is just a perfect manga for him. And I was able to get new yen press copies to make the collection look the same. And that is it for my manga haul for the month of May. This was a great month for manga. The Right Stuff Summer Sale starts at the end of June, so hopefully I take things a little bit easy. I know that I have some things on the way, some pre-orders and stuff from Right Stuff, so that's absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be a good month of June for sure. As always, if you enjoyed my videos, please hit that like button, tap the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you know when more of my videos come out, and I will see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.